Hello and welcome back to another breaking news update. My name is Jimmy Boyd and you are watching Boyd News. I want to thank you all for tuning in today. If you don't mind, guys, please smash the like button on this video. It really helps out with the YouTube algorithm. It'll push the video out to more viewers. That way more people can see this just like you've seen today. And also, if you enjoy this content, please consider subscribing to the channel. Hit the notification bell. That way you can be notified when YouTube puts out a notification for this video going live. And we do put out several videos every single day, so would really appreciate it if you join us. Thank you so much. I've got breaking news coming out of North Korea. Looks like Kim Jong-un has again launched another ballistic missile into the sea. It looks like it landed in eastern waters of North Korea. There was no damage or any injuries reported, but looks like again we've got him launching more missiles, and this is not the first time he's done this. He's been doing this for quite a while now, but we've been seeing more of this recently. There was just lots of artillery fire that was landing in the maritime waters of South Korea. There was two separate islands that were being evacuated, and this happened two separate occasions actually just in the last week or two. So there's lots of ratcheting tensions going on in the Korean Peninsula, and we are very close to some sort of war breaking out over here in South Korea and North Korea. So I also have a video I want to show you guys in just a little bit. This was a video that was recorded just about 5 days ago, and it shows South Korean tanks being moved to the northern border, the 38th parallel. So they are preparing for some sort of escalation or war over there. And we've also got Kim Jong-un here. You can see in the picture, this was him when he visited Russia just a couple months ago. And he's checking out some of the advanced weapon systems on aircraft and nuclear capable bombers. And here in this picture, he's looking at some missiles that are attached to an aircraft. So I want to go over this article here real quick with you guys. North Korea launches ballistic missile thought capable of hitting distant U.S. bases. North Korea fired a suspected intermediate range ballistic missile toward the sea on Sunday, South Korea's military said, 2 months after North claimed to have tested engines for a new, harder to detect missile capable of striking distant U.S. targets in the region. The launch was North's first this year. Experts say North Korea could ramp up its provocative missile tests as a way to influence the results of South Korea's parliamentary elections in April and the U.S. presidential election in November. So yes, South Korea is having parliamentary elections just coming up in a couple months, and then again we have the major presidential election going on in November here in the U.S. South Korea's Joint Chiefs of Staff said in a statement that it detected the launch of a ballistic missile of an intermediate range class from the North's capital region on Sunday afternoon. It said the missile flew towards the North's eastern waters. In mid-November, we also had a successful test of a solid-fueled engine for an intermediate range ballistic missile that was launched from North Korea. So they've got two different types of missiles over there. They've got solid fueled and they've got liquid fueled. So liquid fueled basically they have to fuel the ballistic missile or the rocket just before launch, and they have a shorter range. So they cannot store fuel in them, so they can't launch them right away until they fuel them up if it's liquid fueled. And if it's solid fueled, they can store these missiles for a long period of time, and whenever they're ready to launch, they can launch them immediately, and they have a much longer range of attack. So right now, North Korea has been ramping up production of these solid-fueled short-range ballistic missiles, and they've got them aimed towards South Korea and potentially even towards the United States. We've had Kim Jong-un coming out. He's been warning of nuclear war. He's been warning of attacking the United States with ballistic missiles as well. And also, just in the last couple weeks, we had Kim Jong-un. He was traveling all throughout North Korea and checking out different weapon facilities where they're producing these ballistic missiles, and they are definitely preparing for war, guys. He has told his country of North Korea to prepare for war, and they are in wartime preparation mode right now as we speak. So at any moment, we could have a war breaking out between South Korea and North Korea, and it could get really bad over there, guys. And then we've got Japan right there, too, right next to them, and they've been attacked several times by having ballistic missiles fired over their country. They've had to have evacuations over there as well of their citizens and people going into bomb shelters. So North Korea is definitely a threat right now. They also are having more sanctions being placed on them due to providing ballistic missiles and all kinds of weaponry to Russia for the Russia-Ukraine war. So there's lots of pressure on Kim Jong-un right now, and there's just so much going on over here in this region, and it could pop off at any moment. So I wanted you guys just to be aware of this. Again, this is something that Kim Jong-un has done here several times, but it's leading up to something major, and we know that something major is coming. There is a war coming over here because I've got this video here I want to pull up for you guys that basically shows South Korea moving their tanks to the northern border of North Korea and South Korea. So they are preparing for war, guys. So let's go ahead and take a look at this real quick so I can show you guys. So here we go. Take a look. So this is about a 2-minute video. It looks like they're moving a bunch of tanks on this rail car. And then we even have tanks moving through cities of South Korea. I mean, imagine driving down the road, and this is what you see. You see large tanks heading to the northern border, 38th parallel. I mean, look at all these tanks, guys. It's not just a few tanks. There's tons of them here, dozens of them. So this is South Korea in the last week. They were moving lots and lots of tanks to the border. Let's see if this is a replay. It looks like there's just more of them going through here. Looks like even some IFVs heading to the border. These are infantry fighting vehicles. I mean, look at this, guys. They are preparing for war. It is very obvious they're preparing for war. They would not move all this equipment. Looks like they even got, right here, look at this. This is even a medical truck. If this is just a training operation or training mission, they wouldn't be moving a medical truck, and they're moving a medical truck to the border. So, I've said this so many times, and we saw Putin do the same thing right before they launched their attack into Ukraine. One of the last things they did was move blood to the front lines. So anytime there is medical equipment being moved, this is a very large sign that war is coming. We also saw this in northern Israel. I reported on this, that hospitals in northern Israel are preparing for what they're calling desert island scenarios, meaning not having any equipment, like you're deserted on an island and you got nothing. So they're preparing to have no equipment, be cut off from supplies, and isolated from, central and southern Israel should they ever be attacked by Hezbollah. So again, here we've got more medical equipment being moved. So that looks like it for the video there. So again, guys, we've got war about to break out over here. And again, North Korea is planning for war right now. They are preparing for war. And South Korea, I think, is doing the same thing. And it's just a matter of time before something happens and it pops off over here. And we're going to have another front opening up. And World War III is going to get very interesting here. I've been really thinking about it lately. And with what we see here, we got the Middle East conflict going on. We've got Russia and Ukraine. We've got potential for Taiwan and China. We've got this North Korea and South Korea thing going on. And then we've got some stuff going on down in South America with Venezuela and Guyana. It's going to be very interesting the way that this war breaks out and where the wars are going to be prioritized. Like, where's majority of the bulk of the fighting going to happen? who's going to be involved. Like, if you just look at the way that all these fronts are being opened up, it's so sporadic. It's just everywhere. It almost looks like we're just going to have war all over the place. Like, literally every continent, all kinds of countries are going to get involved. And I think this is going to be a much larger, like a major war versus what we saw in World War II, where it was mainly, the Japanese, the Germans, the Russians, and then the Americans, along with a few, European countries. It's not going to be so much of a drawn, side, like a split down the middle, and then you got one side the Allies, and then the other side the Axis. I feel like this is going to be completely different, and it's just going to be more chaotic. It's just going to be war everywhere, and everybody getting revenge on their enemies. That's just what it seems like to me, and I almost don't even know if there's going to be any kind of forming of sides. It's just going to be chaos everywhere, and it's just everybody killing each other and blowing each other up. That's what it seems like to me on what we're seeing here. But again, guys, another ominous sign that war is coming. So make sure you're preparing yourselves for that. Make sure you're taking care of yourself mentally, physically, spiritually. Keep yourself healthy and strong, and protect your family, because anything can pop off here at any moment. And here's some more signs of that. So stay tuned for more information. I'll keep an eye on what happens in North Korea. If anything happens, I'll update you. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a great day. Take care and God bless.